How to watch Before the 90 Days Season 8, Episode 11 for free without cable. 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days continues with Season 8, Episode 11, airing Sunday, February 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on TLC. Cord cutters can watch live and on-demand via DirecTV, 5-day free trial, and other streaming services listed below. In tonight's episode, Lisa and Daniel visit an Igbo king. Emma's secret leaves her future with Ziad in jeopardy. Aviva presses Stig for the truth. Forrest plans a special day for Sheena. Elise prepares to meet her Australian boyfriend, Joshua. Where to watch 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, live and on demand for free. Viewers without cable can stream 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days for free via DirecTV. The live TV streaming service includes live access to TLC and a 5-day free trial, allowing viewers to watch at no cost. Cancel anytime. Philo and Sling also carry TLC, but neither offers a free trial. Right now, get $8 off your first month of Philo and save 50% off your first month of Sling when you bundle their orange and blue plan. What are the differences between the streaming services? DirecTV. Watch live TV from major broadcast and popular cable networks. Enjoy local and national live sports, breaking news, and must-see shows the moment they air. Included, unlimited cloud DVR storage space, so you can record as many shows as you want and stream them from wherever you go. DTV starts as low as $19.99 per month after a 5-day free trial when you shop their customizable genre packs. Philo, this is the best name for budget live TV around. You get 10+ channels, including access to HBO Max and Discovery Plus, and unlimited DVR for just $25 per month for the first month, followed by $33 per month. You won't find a ton of sports options on Philo, but if you love entertainment and lifestyle channels like Paramount Network, Comedy Central, BET, MTV, and more, the price can't be beat. Sling, one of the best deals in live TV streaming at just $45.99 per month, offering customizable channel lineups for sports, news, and entertainment. Now, Sling adds even more value with passes that let you stream live TV without a subscription. Just $4.99 for a day, $9.99 for the weekend, or $14.99 for a full week. These one-time payments are perfect if you just want to watch a single show, live game, or special event. No commitment, no auto-renewal, just affordable access when you need it. What is 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days about? According to the series' official synopsis per Philo, this prequel to TLC's 90 Day Fiancé, the series about couples who unite in America under a special U.S. visa, tells of how the couples first became acquainted. From the initial in-person meeting to traveling to a faraway country, the stories of these potential spouses to be uncover hidden truths, navigate cultural differences, and ultimately determine if online romance can lead to true love. The participants overcome various challenges to meet the person they believe is their soulmate, including 20-year age gaps, language barriers, and precarious boat rides down the Amazon River. Inside Elise Benson's 5 proposals and 3 engagements ahead of Before the 90 Days. Now that Elise Benson is finally making her 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days debut, we're looking back at the 90 Day Hunt for Love Star's pre-show relationships with help from Elise herself. In the inaugural season of 90 Day Hunt for Love, in which Elise joined as a 90-day newbie, she shocked viewers by sharing that she had been proposed to 5 times in her life. From Elise's 5 proposals to 3 engagements, Elise spilled everything you need to know about her romantic history ahead of her greatest love story yet. During Season 8, Elise is venturing on a trip to Australia to finally meet her long-distance boyfriend, Joshua Lawson IRL. According to Elise, the first time a man proposed to her, she had been dating him for 5 years before he got down on one knee. From 18 until 30, I've been in relationships, Elise told Swan. Another one of her proposals was a grand gesture gone wrong. Elise dished, I had just broken up with him, and I flew back from Miami to go home to Boston to visit my family. I got a ring on the doorbell of my parents' house. I opened the front door, and it was my ex on one knee. While this might look like a romantic gesture on the surface, Elise had made herself very clear. I'm like, I had just broken up with you. He's like, give me one more shot. He was on his knee at my parents' house in front of my entire family. And I'm like, no, too late. While Elise didn't spill on her first 2 engagements, she shared that her most recent engagement, which occurred before her time on Hunt for Love, was really toxic. She told Swan, "We were together for 4 months. That was like, you fall really quickly, and it's like, really toxic. You really shouldn't do it, but you still do it anyway, because you have this crazy lust and connection. My last one was the quickest time I got engaged, the most toxic, and the quickest to end. It was a year and a half. 90-day fiancé. Before the 90 days, Elise Benson debuts her newfound love interest. Former TLC star Elise Benson opens up about finding love in Australia and why Joshua might be the one for her after the two connected on social media. The camera opens on silence. A soft Florida sunrise spills through sheer white curtains. Elise Benson stands barefoot on a balcony, her phone glowing in her hand. Her expression isn't excitement. It's hesitation. The kind of hesitation you feel before changing your life in public again. She scrolls through thousands of comments. Some supportive, some cruel, some begging her not to make the same mistake twice. Then, she turns the phone toward herself, presses record. I wasn't planning to introduce him this soon. She pauses, but I'm tired of hiding. Cut to black. Because what happened next? No one saw coming. When someone appears on a show like 90 Day Fiancé, before the 90 days, the world feels entitled to their heart. We watch their love stories unfold. We judge their choices. We dissect their pain. But what we rarely see is what happens after the cameras stop rolling. Elise Benson wasn't supposed to be the girl who tried again so soon. After her emotional roller coaster on national television, fans believed she'd retreat, heal privately, stay single. Instead, she did the one thing people warned her not to do. She fell in love again. And when she revealed him, the internet exploded. But the real story, it wasn't about a new boyfriend. It was about fear, reputation, redemption, and whether someone who's already been burned publicly dares to believe again. So tonight, I want you to forget the headlines, forget the comments, and ask yourself something honestly. If you had your worst heartbreak televised, would you ever risk loving again? Because Elise did. And this time, everything felt different. Elise didn't plan on being a reality TV personality. 2 years ago, she was just another hopeful romantic in Jacksonville, working long shifts, scrolling through dating apps late at night, telling her friends she was done with American guys. That's when she met him. The overseas connection, the long-distance promise, the fantasy that felt bigger than her small apartment and routine life. The show amplified everything. The airport tears, the cultural clashes, the arguments that should have been private. Millions watched. Some rooted for her. Others labeled her naive. By the time her season ended, Elise had learned something harsh about fame. The internet doesn't forget, and it doesn't forgive easily. After the breakup aired, Elise disappeared. No lives, no romantic selfies, just occasional posts about self-care and therapy. Her close friends say she changed. Quieter, more guarded. She once admitted in a late-night Instagram Q&A, "I don't know if I trust my own judgment anymore." That sentence tells you everything. Because when heartbreak becomes public humiliation, you stop trusting your own heart. But 6 months later, something shifted. It started small. A comment under a fitness photo. Not flirty, not aggressive, just simple. Proud of you for rebuilding. The account wasn't verified. No influencer vibes. No thirst traps. Just a normal guy. Name, Daniel Harper. 32. Architect. Based in Tampa. No international mystery. No visa drama. Just stability. But here's what made it interesting. He hadn't watched her season. At least, not at first. And that changed everything. Elise almost ignored his message. She told herself she wasn't ready. She told herself dating again would look desperate. She told herself people would say she learned nothing. But loneliness has a quiet voice. It doesn't scream. It whispers at night. So she replied. Conversations started casually. Favorite coffee spots. Childhood stories. Career frustrations. He didn't treat her like a celebrity. He treated her like a woman. And that terrified her more than the last relationship ever did. Because this time, there were no cameras to blame. If she got hurt again, it would be entirely her choice. 3 weeks into talking, Daniel finally watched clips of her season. He called her afterward. There was a pause. not judgment. Processing. "I wish I had met you before all that," he said softly, and something inside her cracked. Because instead of mocking her, he saw her vulnerability. But here's where the tension builds. She hadn't told her followers yet, and in the world of reality TV alumni, secrecy becomes suspicion. Fans noticed she was smiling more, posting cryptic captions. Peace feels different than passion. Reddit threads ignited. Is Elise dating again? She never learns. Clout relationship incoming. What would you do? Keep it private and be accused of hiding? Or go public and invite the storm? Elise chose the storm. But what happened next changed everything. The reveal wasn't dramatic. No staged paparazzi shots. Just a sunset photo. Her hand intertwined with his. Caption: "This time I'm choosing calm." Within minutes, notifications exploded. Supporters flooded in first. "You deserve happiness." Then came the skeptics. "Another foreigner? Is this for another season?" But the real twist came hours later. A former castmate posted a cryptic story. Some people never stop chasing attention. It wasn't named, but it didn't need to be. Suddenly the narrative shifted. Was Elise genuinely in love? Or was she addicted to the spotlight? The pressure intensified. Daniel, who had never experienced public scrutiny, began receiving messages. Strangers dissecting his job, his ex-girlfriends, even his college photos. He called Elise one night, voice strained. "Is this what your life is always like?" Silence. Because she realized something painful. This wasn't just her burden anymore. It was his. And this was the moment everything could have ended. He could have walked away. Many would have. But he didn't. Instead, he drove 2 hours to see her in person. No cameras. No Instagram. Just them. He told her something that shifted the entire story. "I don't care about the audience. I care about you." And for the first time since her televised heartbreak, she believed it. One evening, weeks after the reveal, Elise sat in her car outside her therapist's office. She didn't go inside. She just sat there, crying, because loving again wasn't scary. Trusting herself was. She replayed every past red flag she ignored on television, every comment calling her foolish, every meme mocking her tears. Daniel wasn't dramatic. He wasn't mysterious. He didn't sweep her off her feet with grand gestures. He was steady, consistent. And consistency feels boring when you're used to chaos. But it also feels safe. The night she introduced him officially on live video, she looked different. Calmer, grounded. She didn't overshare. She didn't defend herself. She simply said, "I don't need this to be perfect. I just need it to be real." That line shifted public perception. Because for the first time, she wasn't selling a fairy tale. She was choosing reality. Months passed. The noise faded. The relationship didn't. Daniel met her family. Her mother, initially skeptical, later admitted, "He's quiet, but he listens." That's new. Then came the true test. A producer reportedly reached out about potential updates for a spin-off segment. More airtime, more exposure, more money. Old Elise might have said yes immediately. New Elise hesitated, because fame had cost her once already. She sat across from Daniel at dinner and asked, "If cameras came back, would you still stay?" He didn't answer quickly. He thought about it, then said something that defined their relationship. "I'd stay if we protect us first." And in that moment, she made her decision. Not based on audience reaction, not based on opportunity, based on peace. She declined the offer. And that single decision altered her life forever. Because she chose privacy over performance, love over storyline, the headlines eventually died down. New drama replaced old speculation. Elise's page became less curated, more real. Grocery runs, dog walks, messy hair mornings. Not a fairy tale, just a life. And maybe that was the biggest transformation of all. She stopped trying to prove she'd changed. She simply changed. Daniel never became a TV personality. He remained background, steady, unbothered, which, ironically, made him the healthiest partner she'd ever had. Here's the truth most reality fans don't think about. We freeze people in their worst televised moment. We decide who they are based on edited episodes. But growth rarely trends. Quiet healing doesn't go viral. Elise's newfound love interest wasn't shocking because she moved on. It was shocking because she moved on differently. No chaos, no spectacle, just intention. And maybe the real redemption arc isn't dramatic at all. Maybe it's subtle. Maybe it's choosing calm after surviving storms. Maybe it's risking embarrassment again because love is still worth it. Imagine standing on that balcony again, phone in hand, world watching. But this time, she isn't shaking. She isn't proving anything. She's simply living. Elise once believed love had to be loud to be real. Now she knows the opposite. The loudest relationships burn bright and fade fast. The quiet ones endure. And if there's one question this story leaves you with, it's this. Are you chasing fireworks? Or are you ready for peace? Because sometimes, the bravest thing you can do after public failure is love again, softly, and off camera. Before the world started calling him Elise's new guy, Daniel Harper was just Daniel. No dramatic origin story, no viral moment, just a quiet kid raised in Lakeland, Florida, by a high school math teacher and a contractor who believed that if something breaks, you fix it instead of replacing it. That philosophy shaped him. When Daniel was 8 years old, his father rebuilt their backyard deck by hand instead of hiring help. Daniel held a flashlight at night while mosquitoes swarmed his arms. His dad never complained. Solid things take time, he told him. Daniel carried that sentence into adulthood. He became an architect not because it sounded impressive, but because he liked the idea of permanence, of foundations, of load-bearing walls that don't crumble when pressure hits. But here's the thing. Daniel had loved before, deeply. At 26, he was engaged. Her name was Marissa. They had a venue booked, invitations printed, Pinterest boards filled with color palettes and cake ideas. 3 months before the wedding, she ended it. No betrayal, no scandal. She simply said, I don't think I feel it the way I should. And just like that, Daniel's belief in permanence cracked. He didn't spiral publicly. He didn't post cryptic quotes. He just retreated, focused on work, focused on control. Because buildings don't wake up one day and decide they don't feel it anymore. People do. So when he first saw Elise's fitness post, what drew him wasn't her reality fame. It was the caption, rebuilding myself brick by brick. Most people saw motivation. Daniel saw architecture language. He smiled and sent that comment. He didn't know then that he was stepping into a world far louder than his own. They met halfway between Jacksonville and Tampa, a small waterfront restaurant in St. Augustine. Neutral territory. Elise arrived first. She chose a table facing the door so she wouldn't be startled. That tells you something about her state of mind. When Daniel walked in, he didn't scan the room like someone hoping to be recognized. He scanned for her, just her. And when their eyes met, there wasn't fireworks. There was relief. Conversation flowed naturally. No interrogations about her past relationship. No fascination with television. He asked about her childhood dog. She asked why he switched from engineering to architecture. At one point, she braced herself and said quietly, You watched the show, right? He nodded. I did. She waited for the but. It never came. Instead, he said, It looked painful. Not embarrassing. Not dramatic. Painful. And she felt seen in a way she hadn't since before filming ever started. But halfway through dinner, something happened that tested her nerves. A couple from another table recognized her. They approached politely. Selfie. Small talk. A subtle glance at Daniel. After they left, Elise's shoulders stiffened. I'm sorry, she muttered. For what? He asked. For this. He shrugged gently. It's part of your life. And here's the subtle shift. He didn't say problem. He said life. That distinction mattered. Because she wasn't looking for someone who tolerated her world. She needed someone who accepted it without trying to control it. But what neither of them realized was that the internet had already begun connecting dots. A fan spotted them, posted a blurry photo. Caption, Is this Elise with someone new? The speculation machine roared back to life. And neither of them had even finished dessert. Every relationship has a first fracture. Theirs came quietly. 2 weeks after the soft reveal, Daniel received a message from a stranger. It included screenshots from Elise's televised arguments with her ex. The message read, Run while you can. Daniel didn't show her immediately. He thought he could handle it. But insecurity doesn't disappear just because you're mature. It waits. That night, he was quieter than usual. Elise noticed. You're thinking, she said. He hesitated, then told her about the message. She felt her stomach drop, not because she was guilty,